For criticism after addressing the country's Congress. Let's find out a little bit more. Go to Rome to speak to our correspondent, Giorgia Orlandi. Morning, Giorgia. What's happened then? Where's the criticism coming from?
Good morning, Rosie. Well, since Prime Minister Conte announced his plan for the second phase, he's been hugely criticised, mainly by opposition parties, but also by local governors belonging to those parties, arguing that businesses should have reopened much earlier than the 18th of May and surely before the 1st of June, as we know that bars, restaurants and hairdressers, but also beauty salons will reopen only then. They argue that phase 2 actually looks the same as phase 1. There have been loads of protests here across the country organised by business owners and retailers wanting to reopen and actually arguing that if they reopen too late, they won't be able to reopen at all. Conte tried to defend himself. He did so speaking in Parliament yesterday, and he said that none of his decision has been taken by himself alone, but rather was the result of meetings that have taken place with the scientific board that is working alongside the government.
It's been weeks of lockdown in Italy, Giorgia. I know that you've been speaking to someone who's become a little bit of an internet sensation, trying to keep people amused and occupied during lockdown. What's going on?
Yes, Rosie. Well, Jacopo Marcangeli is only 20 years old, but every evening at sunset, he's been playing from his balcony since the nationwide lockdown began. His guitar playing has become the soundtrack of the city under quarantine. He believes in the power of music that can beat fear. He's been playing rock versions of orchestral pieces, all belonging to the Italian tradition. Now, since his performances went viral, his life has changed. He's been receiving messages from all over the world. He's become a sort of celebrity. But since the second phase, well, the country's entering the second phase, and given the fact that lockdown measures will be soon fully eased, will Jacopo carry on playing from his balcony? Well, I put the question directly to him. Take a listen.
I decided to do it as a way of helping people get through this period. And I think that it's going to end in the same way that it started. But there will be a few exceptions where I'll perform again, like Christmas. I spoke to my dad about the possibility of playing one last concert in front of a crowded square this time. Music has always been a part of my life. I thought that one day I would follow in my dad's footsteps. He works as an accountant, but he used to be a musician. Now all this has happened, and I'm not ruling anything out, so let's see.
Well,